History class usually feels like this: a list of dates, big names, and portraits of serious-looking men who never seem to blink. It's like history was written by people who owned the biggest desks. But what if I told you there's another version of American history? One where the main characters are not presidents, but regular people? Farmers, workers, women, enslaved people, protesters, teenagers. Basically, people who didn't have time to pose for oil paintings. That's what A People's History of the United States is all about. Let's be honest for a second. When we hear History of the United States, we expect George Washington crossing a river, Abraham Lincoln looking sad, and a lot of speeches that start with, "My fellow Americans." Important? Yes. Complete? Not even close. This book flips the camera around. Instead of asking, "What did the leaders do?" it asks, "What happened to everyone else?" Think of it like this. Most history books are like a highlight reel of the team owner. This one is about the players, and even the people selling snacks outside the stadium. The story doesn't begin with America being discovered, because, surprise, millions of people were already living there. Native Americans had their own societies, cultures, and systems. But traditional history often turns this into a simple sentence and moves on quickly, like skipping ads on YouTube. A People's History doesn't skip that part. It talks about what colonization actually meant for Native communities. Not just land changing hands, but lives being completely disrupted. It's uncomfortable, yes, but also honest. And honesty is something history doesn't always like. Then comes slavery. And here's where this book really changes the tone. Instead of treating enslaved people as background characters, it brings their voices to the front, their resistance, their daily struggles, their courage. It reminds us that slavery wasn't just a system. It was something real people lived through every single day. And no, it doesn't present history as a clean story of bad people lost, good people won, the end. Because real life doesn't work like that. One of the most interesting ideas in the book is that change didn't come from kindness at the top. It came from pressure at the bottom. Workers didn't get rights because bosses suddenly woke up feeling generous. Women didn't get the vote because society randomly became nice. Civil rights didn't happen because the system felt guilty. Change happened because people organized, protested, resisted, and refused to stay silent. Basically, history wasn't moved by polite requests. It was moved by people saying, "Nope, we're done with this." There's even a strange kind of dark humor in realizing how predictable power can be. Different century, different excuse, same logic. This system is unfair, but trust us, it's necessary. Sound familiar? The book also talks about wars in a very different way. Instead of focusing only on generals and victories, it asks a simple question: who paid the price? Spoiler, it usually wasn't the people making the decisions. Soldiers, poor families, minorities. Again and again, the cost landed on those with the least power. It's like ordering an expensive meal and sending the bill to someone else's table. What makes A People's History powerful isn't that it claims to be the only truth. It's that it reminds us history depends on who is telling the story. If you only listen to winners, you'll think everything was fair. If you listen to regular people, you'll realize fairness had to be fought for. And here's the part that really sticks with you. This isn't just about the past. When you understand history this way, you start seeing patterns in the present. You notice how power works, who benefits, who struggles, and who gets ignored. Suddenly, history isn't boring anymore. It's personal. It's about people who were told they didn't matter and proved they did. So the next time someone says, "History is written by the winners," remember this. That's only true if no one else is allowed to speak. A People's History of the United States doesn't whisper. It speaks up. And once you hear it, it's really hard to go back to the quiet version.